Me not gentle. The political hot goose. You see, don't for me, you the fry. For don't buy you the nyaka nyaka. This na the Hot Goose Network television. Me na gentle, the political hot goose. Today, October the 25th, 2022. Today, me farm with them quickly. I want the hot goose, the Fodonpa, the PR system, and the reason why make APC the refuse and they don't want let election hold. And also the hot goose, the Fodonpa, the corruption and the bad thing them where they go on Najala University. And also the hot goose, they come and talk about the tribal bigotry, the tribal hate, the disrespect where Dr. Kanu na Mitimagai, where na the principal na Mitimagai, where it don't spill out, where I think say it's not right. But let us talk about quickly the issue of the PR system where APC they stand against because they don't want to let election hold. The PR system and they call it district block system. And that one day, na very good system where it in the 1991 constitution, we not unlawful something. Now the same APC put on the 1991 constitution because not to matter be you make that law day. And that PR system they then bring them in case government not able for do boundary delimitation for bring new constituencies them. Time no day, especially now that we don't left 2 months for let the electoral process complete for elections. And where time knocking day in the favor of the NEC officials, then they tell the president and the president get right for consult with the NEC for let it tell and say, well, let's go by the proportional representation system. After that one day, NEC will get now after election, then go get time for shape the constituency then accordingly from the recent census figures them we don't get. And according to the 1991 constitution, I know they have for quote the constitution. US want let you go open the constitution. You go see and they. According to the 1991 constitution, every 7 years, the National Election Commission they get the right for watch the constituency and count the number of people that wait for in a constituency. And according to law, Nasalon, we need forget 40,000 people now each constituency forget one member of parliament. But where APC been come, then shape and give themselves boku constituencies then at the north. Where they not do in other parts of the country, then call down the gerrymandering for let them get more member of parliament so that Ernest Nkrumah go turn prime minister. That have been the game where they've been the play. But now the law say anytime they make new census, now that new census results, now for use for shape constituency. So we don't get new census results. We don't come out. Where APC been they stand against because they want remain pada them boku constituency where they don't create to they say we be make 2,000 people then they just get in at the north, they make one MP for them. Where in 40,000 people and then at southeast, they give them one MP. That may be unfair. If they come with 10 bag race, then say let them give each constituency 10 bag race. Could you imagine? They give the one they win at 2,000 people and they 10 bag race, then the one they win at 40,000 people and they now fear in that one day. No, it's not correct. So we don't get the new census. President Biono still pull them until we don't get the new census. And we don't get the new census result. According to that new census result, we suppose as a country, next suppose for create a new constituency now. They don't be do them, but they see and say time not go permit them for let them complete them before the next election. So the law say if time not permits NEC for let them complete for do another fresh boundary delimitation, meaning for form and establish new constituencies them according to law, so that each constituency will get 40,000 people. If they're not able to done that day before the elections, and left 2 months na neck in hand, and they're not going to complete, neck get that thing for do. The president get rights according to the 1991 constitution for declare, for engage with neck and tell and say for do proportional representation when at the district block system. How did they do them? The district block system, you not get forget you name na ballot box as member of parliament or councillor. No. Each district, where una don't register, una they vote for president. Where una don't vote for president, that votes there by party or by independent. You, the independent person, you go still stand, then go put your symbol. Then they vote for you. Wait and reach, then they watch the votes them. If not 10 people in the day, na that constituency, then they watch all the votes and they put that into percentage. Where the first person get more, if not 10 seats then at that district, you they find out say then they shape them based on how una get the votes them na that district. If SLPP, for example, gets 70% na Kailam district, APC get 30% na Kailam district, NGC get 40% na Kailam district, Independent get 45% na Kailam district, then they take all the 10 seats and they now, the member of parliament sit them, then shape them, wherein all party will get the percentage threshold where they put, they all they get one some per that 10 seats, they all they get. Whether they happen, when they get beaucoup people where they can a parliament, all party will be represented in a parliament. I think that one then a good thing. In fact, now that particular PR system make an Eskroma go to parliament, and Eskroma with some president so now that PR system go to a parliament. Otherwise, for don't go. Meaning you get for find out say inside Kailam, APC get for get member of parliament day. Because we get APC member, then they never currently represent in a parliament. But the normal system, they able to do that one day. APC go get member of parliament in a Kailam. You find out say SLPP they get member of parliament in Bombali. So APC they say not all the people that they choose person, na party they choose person. Of course, even the normal member of parliament where they go vote for. Now the community defense symbol, they give person, they give member of parliament. No, now party they still give symbol, so somebody where they want. Now una na the community now they go pick symbol and give person. No, not una. Now the party the same one choose person and get symbol. So now the same thing with PR system. The same person where the party don't give symbol, now the same person therefore they go give the seat. So not a secret. The only advantage is they go for reduce cost. We not go for the spend beaucoup money again. Because now one blow election. Then number 2, they not go for the do by election again. If the person die, the person will be in the second today. Now then they put straight. So if now APC person be in the second, now they put straight. Simple. So now so then they do. Not to think way na difficulty, na nice thing. But because APC no say they don't want election hold, they not prepare, then go lost that election. Now that made them they misbehave so. We are not listen, they will not mind them. Then secondly, they talk about the issue in Jala University. A lot of corruption did it. They call anti-corruption, let them go there. Auditors that they come every year, and the same auditors the way they come. Every now and then, and the same auditors that always come. And I understand, say, the administration at Jala University, then they bribe the auditors, then and auditors, they're not going to be familiar with the set of people there for do the auditing. All the money they would then they thief, junior staff them, then they underpay them. The salary is small. The allowances the way they need for get the university, not they give them. According to the Hot Goose Network investigation, they get a finance officer, where they call Mr. Newland. Mr. Newland, now the architect of corruption, according to the Hot Goose Network investigation. And all the auditors, the way they can, they know them very well, now they party them. Every year, now they can't catch nobody, but still mismanagement, they will call Jala University. And that one day, they call anti-corruption, then let them go there and investigate Jala University. Because I understand, say, even the machine where they've been buy, where they've been give them, they give it to NATC. Then machine, and they, by right, Jala University, them establish them for make farm. Now, an agricultural institution. I don't know why they don't get an agricultural farm for themselves. Jala University now for the fields alone. They forget big farm there now, where they for support that country there. Now so it happen in other country there. but they don't give them boku machine where president been bring them machine and they na NATC, then they give them to the family, then they use that individually, then they make money inside. Then they do nothing with the machine for able create a university farm. And that one day anti-corruption need for go there. If they don't need that machine, let them take another hand. Mr. Newland, instead of them give allowance to them junior staff, the way they do the bulk of the job, and the junior staff then they suffer. Me, I attend that university. The junior staff then they do all the serious job them, all the heavy job then they do them. But even for let them give the allowances them, they know they do them. The allowances they wait for take and give the junior staff them. 9 Mr. Newland and the one the way they in charge of Jala University administration, they come together according to the Hot Goose Network investigation. If it is anything to go by, then they come together, they eat that money there, then they lie, say, then they pay casual staff. Where now the junior staff, then they do the job. But we'll go on for see the casual staff them. We'll go on for see who that employ casual staff and what's in the terms and condition of the casual staff. And if they pay them, let's see how they pay them, and let's see the payroll for the casual staff. Let's see which Senate, if the Senate of the university now approve the casual staff them, let's see the Senate meetings, let's see the documentation of the casual staff and how much they pay them. Let we get a forensic investigators, separate people, external editors, the way they're not the part of the normal editors, the way they always can, where they don't compromise the editing rules. Let them they come always and they give their own cake, Najala University. We need that one because corruption don't hide. Students and they pay fees. Internet fees and they. Who say them money, they all they go. Who is eating the money? Then subventions them. Who not the eater? How did they go? And Jala University need an overall investigation. It's very dangerous. And then auditors, the way that they come, I don't think say they support for Kanye again because they don't compromise the auditory jobs. And that's the same way they for audit them. And they call on anti-corruption. And they call on government for let them intervene because problem go for the junior staff them according to the Hot Goose Network, they're not glad you. And if they want them to strike, we are not going to encourage them for let them strike. I go beg them, let them calm down, and me they raise this voice. If they strike, it go war. And President Bio, your flagship program in education, not less you don't somebody go put Sansam now you Gary. This finance director, when they call Newland, according to the Hot Goose Network, if all what I have had, if it's anything to go by, he's a corrupt personality, and they work in consonance with the auditors the way they come, corrupt people them, the administration then corrupt currently in Nigeria University. And now the junior staff, they don't become very disillusioned. They don't become frustrated with this. Then they get salary small. Now then they go do all the jobs them. And at the end of the day, then they take the allowance away, they forgive them. Newland and other administrators, then they build BBB goes for themselves. Then they bluff at the detriment of the junior staff. Then they lie, say, now casual staff, then they employ. And that one day will not get any evidence in that. I want this thing for go to the president, the Minister of Education, Dr. Alpha Uri, Minister of Tertiary Education, will not intervene. Anti-corruption, and they call una and they send this thing to the anti-corruption boss and all the authorities that were necessary for let them make sure say they intervene in Jala University the issue. This corruption must stop. We not tolerate this. They know they come for this disturb the president in flagship program. And finally, they come to una and tell una about the tribal bigotry, the tribal statement, the dangerous statement where Dr. Kanu or Professor Kanu, where they na Mitimagai. I hear where it takes some stand decision against some lecturers then, where he say they're involved into harassing students. He sack them, he name them, he shame them, he disgrace them, he do things when not a part of the policy. He go call a family member and a police for can't disgrace and embarrass. I don't think say that they part of the academic university ordinances, but he do all that thing and they yes, he sack them, no problem. They don't take step against them, but it's a he don't do bad thing. And this same thing we do, now the same thing Joseph Sanobi do. We been there na NATCOM, where he talk against the government, he talk against the president, they sack him, na NATCOM. And now the same thing is so meaning Dr. Kanu, he just say they sabotage the system and they do things them in his own tribal way. He's a tribalistic man. We go find out say most of the one the way he sack, he run be day. Now this in statement don't inform we say now based on tribal lines. So now, and they can't play in statements, let Olma Yeri, let the president Yeri, Dr. Kanu, therefore relieve him of in duty. We don't want that kind of person in the university system. Now, Mitimagai, we not listen and we not pay attention to people.
All over, you don't smell that. Now, when inside, and then they will have the property. Now, when you do the right thing, then I have one touching us. This morning, so we call me the one of that one way send them. I will stop it. If they need contract, they need contract. They will be platform. The way they touch them, all of them, but that will shut up. It will tell. That's a. Then we will join the next one for them. After that, SLPP, they're not fit for, they're not starting play with power. They're transition renewable. Money all renewable. Everything. Maybe they have work with it. They don't have work. They don't have work. I know. But what are they saying? Wrong.
So Dr. Kanu say SLPP they're not able to do nothing. They're not able to work. How SLPP government now woman business now rum than they dream. Now bad people they're not sabi nothing. So it talk a lot of tribal statements inside that audio. I'm sorry that it's not too loud. But now they will catch up from Dr. Kanu, and this it need for stop now because now the thing and this way they go on from Samura Kamara Mayor is just continuing. And if SLP government don't give an opportunity, they not put the Mende posse there according to Una. Una they say na Mende government, they not put the Mende professor there, they go put it there in a team demand, you know APC, they still know what tribe, they know what political party, they know what color, they put it there. Now they use that one day for talk, then kind dangerous talk then they. I think Dr. Kanu then get for pull up. You know, support for day and that. Then do it to Joseph Sano. I don't know why it will be a different thing in Dr. Kanu. If I come out, na meet my guy. This not to hate, this not to normalize. When I said you read from his statement, I think this thing for need for happy. Me na gentle. The political hot goose. Si don't pa me the fry. For don't pay the nyaka nyaka. Me people they wanna share. Less serious Sierra Leoneans than you read. And they come with more of them here to una.
Political hot goose. You don't for me? Hot Goose Network TV.